you might want to do is just basically do this. All right, listen, learn, let's follow through. There are 4 ways to get to millionaire status, by the way. Only 4. You can win the lottery, you can inherit the money, you can get a big raise. But if you allow me, I can rebuild you right away. But again, that's going to be up to you. Bottom line is we can follow through. So there's 1,000 steps that I created. You can't even screw it up. Just follow the 1,000 steps. Today I'm going to give you the first 25. Is that okay? So if we do this correctly, everything's going to work. So go to raisecredit.com, clickety-clack, get your credit reports for free. That's all you got to do. Give me the report number, send me the reports too. Step number 1. Next thing we have to do is pull out your Social Security card. Pull it out of your personal wallet now, please, because I want you to look at the card. It'll say do not laminate, do not use for ID purposes, and it'll tell you in the back of the card it belongs to Social Administration, not you. See, we were told as sheep to go get an SSN as kids to get our job. We created our first 1040 tax return. So we're a bunch of sheep, now we're ducks. So the bottom line is step number 2, learn the rules and tools from the beginning. See, here's the problem. All right, no one told you how to play, and we only get one SSN. So the bottom line, step number 2. Now I'm going to give you a statement of guarantee in writing. This means half the page is red ink. This means you have to do what I ask you to do. If not, I just have to stop trying to help you. So remember what it's going to say. Now it's going to say maintain a debt to ratio on a credit card below 30%. I'll show you the reason why. No new accounts because they get your score to go up, up, and away. No collection accounts too. So the ultimate goal, please don't apply for credit during the program. 90 working days is to rebuild, you get the right brain. To rebuild the credit can take 3 to 6 months. Sometimes, like it took Gerald here, 14 months. That's how long it took him to get to the 770 because it took him a little long to do what I asked him to do, step 3. So remember, our goal is to do as soon as possible for you. So remember, when it comes to personal credit, there are 12 acts that can use to go after the creditor and credit bureau. You can even basically use the negotiation method. You can go to small claims and do legal acts method too. You got more rights than you think you do, but you got to follow through. So remember, now I'm going to tell you about rapid refresh. I'm going to talk to you about rapid scoring because your mortgage company uses basically or what's called a rapid scoring process when you go through a mortgage to pay down this debt or that debt too. It's rapid scoring. Now I created that 38 years ago with Ken Yarborough and Harold Stokes. So rapid refresh, what it does, remember, it blocks bad credit, that's all it does, and it helps push scores up. All right, that's all it does. So let's see what happens to this lady here. She wants to buy a house, but she's in the 500s. Within 45 days, she gets basically 157 points. I did a rapid rescore to block some crap and build her up some more too, like I'm trying to do for every one of you. The system allows me to. Here's a client that was told by her attorney, CPA, and her banker, all right, only use half her cards. She had no green lights at all, right, and it basically maintained a 651, flatlined. I got her 132 points in less than 90 days to a 791. Okay, you see, I wanted to go up, up, and away. That's what her rapid refresh does. She was flatlined before that. Ultimate goal, worst case, 4 collection accounts, no credit, get them unsecured credit card. Okay, to build it up again. From there, here's a bankruptcy, no credit at all. Still get them a credit card to start out. Ultimate goal. From there, they messed up almost every creditor, but I get them unsecured credit card. Bankruptcy 480 to a 700, now an 810. Not too bad for a credit card. From here, they're late on their car payment, and I still get them $3,000 card. See, we got to build you up, up, and away again. 40 to 200 points is what a rapid rescore will give you. From there, I usually charge about $500. Bottom line is pretty simple. So she, all right, got in 45 working days, a 157. When I was done, it was 211 points. So rapid rescore worked for her pretty good. It can work for you too. So keep in mind our goal is to give you back exactly what you pay or invest in the program, or times 10 on personal business credit. So if you allow me to rebuild you, the office is going to charge you $998. On a webinar, I give you half price of $499. So let's remember, On Saturday, I give these classes all through the day live, and on Wednesday, sure, you're stuck with me. Bottom line is 90 working days, 180 days. Shouldn't go past that if you do what I ask you to do, but if it takes a little longer, it's because of you. Remember, I'm going to give you a $1,000 cash credit card. I want to give you your refund, all right, through that credit. But I'm going to give it to you for $4.99, so here you doubled your money on the credit. Now you got a 750 score. This is a webinar price through me because I don't have to pay a commission. The reality is it's Zelle. Zelle's one of the greatest things to use. Ray Reynolds recipient, and the email address instead of a phone number, ray@raisecredit.com. So use Zelle right away. Now here's a problem you've all done to yourself. You put yourself on the national mailing list. You get all the junk mail. You get all the robocalls because everybody around you sells you on a national mailing list. If you want to call 888-567-8688, opt out for about 5 years or a lifetime, you can probably slow it down or get rid of it completely too. But that's up to you. As we look at step 4. Now the next thing we have to think about is planning the problem. See, you have to plan the problem because it's going to happen. Maybe your friends and family get in your way or knock you down. The next thing is you have to master safety credit. These 2 cards in my hand are $50,000 apiece. Sticky, limit, what's a 29, what's 25%. Now in your city today, you're looking at the line of defense, look at banks and grocery stores. No matter if it's Chase, B of A, or Wells Fargo, or grocery stores. They shut down locations. All right, they take the assets, sell it, they file a bankruptcy, they get a tax credit, and our government says, good job for screwing up. When you screw up, you go home and go boo-hoo-hoo, and you bring the pain home to you. So the ultimate goal is what you have to listen and learn. Now remember, on your credit, you control it going up and down, nobody else but you. So 0 to 29% is green, 30% is yellow, 50% is red. So always remember the discipline, because personal credit shouldn't be used to start a business anyway. Ari's but never bring the pain home. Ultimate goal is for you to learn how to play the game to get to millionaire status. Ultimate goal, step number 5. Now you got 20 more to go. I'm going to tell you that most people buy a house jointly, which is kind of silly and kind of dumb. See, a house should be escrow, closed, homestead, put in a trust. House should be in one name, not 2 names. All right, the bottom line is if one of you screw up, the other one screwed up because you're a joint? No. Car should have never been in your name in the first place. It should be basically fleet price, tax ID division. It should be a company car. Why would you ever create a loan-to-value problem for yourself? That makes no sense at all. See, when people have an emergency and they basically lose their job, all right, what do? They all do the same silly thing. They run out of time. They run out of money, and then they jack up their credit in 42 days. We don't need to do that. You need to learn to play. Let's pretend today you needed $5,000 now. You ask your friends, your family, the bank, they all say no. But if you had a $5,000 credit card in your hand like I do you realize the average person wastes $50 every other damn day? So do you. So $50 maintains a $5,000 safety credit card. See, you didn't plan the problem, what you should have. They also say the average person wastes $140 a week. If that's true, that's $600 a month. If I max out one of these cards today, the payment is $612.26. For what the average person wastes in a given month, they could have got 2 pizza restaurants in a drive-thru. You can stop wasting money. You don't have to bring the pain home. That's step number 6. But again, that's up to you. So let's think about reaching your goal. Now, I believe in myself, and I believe in God first and me. Reaching and believing in yourself, too. When I broke the record for the highest kick on the planet in 1981, I proved why men do jump. And stupid people say we don't. So remember this. God gave you a gift and a dream. See it, believe it, go get it. Don't let people get in your way. See, you got the ability to go get it, too. Now, let's talk about your first job. You remember you got that first job, you planned that first big paycheck? You planned all the bills you're going to pay that week, too. But then your check was half as much. What the hell happened to my check? You forgot. IRS gets their cut before you get the leftover. You see what it is tax. 1040 tax return and probate when we die, too. We don't have to be a duck. That's your choice. Quack, quack, quack. All right, now I'm going to tell you the problem. I'm going to give you the solution. When Nixon took the gold standard out, all right, they got the key to the printing press. And we are basically bonded by the United States of America Incorporated. All right, they got to print money and bond us. But so all we want you to do now is write down raise rules. Write down $100,000 of credit. 2 cards maybe. How about we use only 29%? Let's see what it does. Wouldn't that give you $71,000 of safety credit in case blank hit the fan, lost a job or pandemic? Feed your family up to 2 years? So please never take your personal money and try to start a business. That's called stupidity. You don't have to bring the pain home. You never had to. But again, I've been doing this for 44 years. Where you been? Ultimate goal, raise rules. Step number 7. So we can play. Now me, I've been in 2 comas. First coma was 5.5 years old. I was told I was paralyzed. But the voice inside said, get up, and I got up. Last coma was 2009. Swine flu and pneumonia. I died at 541. So I'm from Show Me State because God let me come back and help you. There's an address. Check it out. Google it. That's the largest U-dock in Huntington Harbor, by the way. 3 yachts in the backyard. Race boats and Duffy's, too. You see that picture there? They're asking my wife as I was a donor. But again, I believe in see it, believe it, go get it. So you got choices. I came out of the coma. I walked around with an oxygen tank. All right, literally for 5 weeks. And within the 6 weeks, I popped a $1 million card. See, you got choices. How to get to $1 million dream or millionaire status, it's simple. Win the lottery. 98% piss that away too. Inherit the money. Get a raise. Now let me rebuild you right away. That'll be up to you. Coming from the coma, I took out one of my 5 divisions. See, a division is a legal person under a corporation. It's public record. I use that to get back on my feet in 6 weeks. Fight through the pain, use a closet division. It makes sense to me. So credit saved my life. How are you going to go get to millionaire status if you don't have the money or the credit? Good luck. You see, the credit can finance its way. Repackaging you is called house, car, and bank account. All right, kind of fun. God's delays aren't God's denials. Faith and persistence. So today, if you allow me to write you a check for $1 million, hypothetically, you'd bank it in your personal bank account. The back of my mind, I'm going, what the hell are you doing? Why would you do that? That's kind of dumb. You keep $375. The IRS gets the rest. But if you had a corporation or a division of you in a corporation, you don't pay tax till you make a profit. So, pension plan, annuities, profit sharing, medical, dental, life insurance, policy, company, car. So an SS4 is the opportunity to keep trying. As long as I'm trying, I'm not dying. If I'm not trying, I must well be dead, because everybody's got an SSN. They're all a bunch of ducks. But again, we can learn how to play and win the battle. I think that'd be kind of fun. Another chance, step number 8. So what do we get to do? Simple. You get to receive money under SSN or SS4. SSN is all tax. SS4 is taxable when it's profitable. You decide how to play, like millionaires and billionaires do every day. Mary's nice. Ivy League education, works for Apple at the time. Fantastic. Making $250,000 a year. What did Mary do? She gave her CPA and attorney each $10,000 apiece retainer. They have no idea what the hell about business. All right? So that's what Mary did. All right? They basically sit there going, beep, 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 beep. It's about it. Mary took $98,000 of her personal credit, all right, and basically used it to start her restaurant and drove her 810 score to a 591. And go, what happened? She asked those people, and they go, I don't know. See, what Mary should have done and what I want you to do when I created divisions in 1986. If Mary was the CFO of a corporation and corporate credit didn't show up on personal credit reports, and the restaurant was one of the divisions, if the division screwed up, he has other corps and other divisions like grocery stores and banks do, she never brought the pain home. But Mary found me after the fact. She didn't bother to listen and learn. Restaurant failed, corporate bankruptcy, personal bankruptcy, lost her house, husband divorced her 8 months ago. She brought the pain home. The reality is you have the choice to listen and learn too. Doesn't matter if it's grocery stores or banks. How about Sam's Club? They shut down 63 locations in California 2 years before pandemic 19, 1,910 across the globe. So they shut them down, wrote it off on their taxes, and got a tax credit. Each one of the locations is a branch number, tax ID, and subsidiary. I want to show you how to do tax IDs and divisions. That way you can have the line of defense too and not bring the pain where? Home. Step number 9, by the way. So when you heard cities file bankruptcy in the past, what did you do? I went down to the federal building in Santa Ana. I wanted to know why they're blaming Robert Sitcron because I thought that was crap. So I got the records I could get public record. You know what I found out? Again, it confirmed the United States of America Incorporated. They set up 50 corporations called states. States set up corporations called divisions. Oh, they're called cities. You see, they planned the problem like I'm trying to get you to do. They created a Chapter 9 bankruptcy in the Federal Protection Act in case blank hit the fan. But what did you do? You have a bad day? That doesn't mean you bring the pain home. You never had to. Apple files bankruptcy in '97 out of business. Mr. Bill Gates, who got indicted 4 times having a monopoly? Here's the indictment in front of you. What did he do? He wrote a check for $150 million to Apple to save their assets. Now they're worth trillions. Do you know what he really did? He wrote a check from a line of credit. See, borrowed money is not taxable. It costs them nothing, and then they pay it back. Corporations have 4 quarters a year: March, June, September, December. Ultimate goal. This coming weekend, I have a boot camp Friday and Saturday, and today's the last chance if you wanted to play for that too. But that's up to you. You see, I told you to look at your Social Security card, your SSN. Now I want you to look at an SS4. I want you to Google the word bankruptcy. Now, I got no intent to do fraud, neither do you, but you have the intent to protect your family too, right? So if blank hits the fan, if you Google bankruptcy, you get to choose SSN, SS4. It's like, who wants to be the duck? That's up to you. That's step number 10, 15 more to go. So if we look at the IRS public record right in your face, SSN equals 1040, quack, 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 tax, 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 and probate. That's what they want us to do. SS4 equals 1120. Line 10 right there says banking and credit purposes, which means all the credit I can build you, all right, you get to write off interest rate and credit card and the line of credit too. You don't have to be a quack, quack, and a duck. That's up to you. You can learn how to play. But I get to get you to the 750 personal score, make you a CFO. I'll certify a Spear and Treasury and Equifax under tax ID. That's half the fun. So if we do this right, remember, we're only getting one SSN on the planet. So we're all a bunch of ducks, quack, quack, quack. But a corporation and a division and a tax ID is another chance to try. Long as we're trying, we're not dying. If we're not trying, hell, we might as well be dead. So the ability to play. Now me, here's what I heard when I was 7.5 years old. I listened into a poker game at the Hope House. I tripped over Michael Landon's feet, got a backhand for that. And they said a corporation's a legal person. I wrote it down, I circled it. They said I was weird. Probably true. I went to the library the next day next to the Torrance Police Department. I walked in and said, what does this mean? She said, here's a McAfee book. She slammed that sucker down. She was not a nice person. I was 7.5. She didn't think I was serious, I guess. I read the book. Then I got pissed off. Big deal. Corporation's a legal person. Half of you got a corporation before you met me and spent thousands of dollars, which was a waste of money because articles are free plus a filing fee. But again, you're sitting there going, good luck. Okay? God only made one of me. Thank God for that. I went back to the library almost every day till I was 9.5 and got brave enough to send away a little money order. Secretary of State of California. And I got a corporation and came back. I didn't realize they're going to send credit in the mail without applying for credit. It scared me too. See, as it says, a corporation's a legal person may sue or be sued. It's not legal advice. But I'm the founder of Helping Hand Industries. Hell, I got named in the movie Dave. Isn't that fun too? Won worldwide. But again, the goal is to repackage every one of you to a 750 score. Get you up to $100,000 of credit. The goal should be a corporation should have free money called corporate credit up to $100,000, right off the interest rate and the credit card. Every division should have as much credit as that too. The division should be the line of defense. They should be the ducks, like the grocery stores and the banks do. Then you can play leveraging money, duplex, or leveraging money. So let's understand something today. 4 points of income that I teach at the boot camp. Real estate, profit sharing, franchise. How about we leverage money and credit? Isn't that fun? But again, it's up to you. See, there's only 10 great creditors to have for personal and business credit. There's only 10. That's it on the planet. Let's give you 5 of the greatest creditors you could build millions of dollars of credit with through the corporation and the divisions too. But again, I get to basically do this as you, corporation or division. I get to pick SSN SS4. Is that okay? SIC code, and then I get to pick what do you want me to build the credit to. We get to play. Now, if I look at an SS4 application employee identification number, EIN, line there, one says legal name of entity or individual person who's requesting. So building credit to corp, division, or you, if you allow me to. But remember, inquiries more than 180 days hurt your credit score and probably won't get any more. But again, here's an application. My system, since I'm an affiliate, allows me to look and it says yes or no. You see, I can't waste an inquiry. That'd make no sense. So the bottom line is when it says yes, I just pop you the card and try to preset the limit too. It's kind of fun. But remember, every card, personal or business, should always be business, can be daisy chained into 16 more cards. That's if you wanted to. That way corporation and divisions can have their own set of credit cards as well. And finance the business. Create the line of defense. How about a pack of 10? Could be $1 million, could be 10 million. See, your choice to understand that the grocery stores and the banks have divisions called subsidiaries. Kind of like cities too. So if one of them screw up, don't you have 8 left to go set up another one, another one, another one too? If you would have known that out of high school, you wouldn't have brought the pain home in the first place. And hell, I didn't go to high school. I was over at college at 14 and a half. So here's what happens in American Express. See what it says? Company's DBA name, the division. We get to play. And we get to focus that we can have basically, all right, from any card 16 times more. But I'll certify the reports for you and your corporation and divisions if you allow me to build you. Now, if you have a corp, I'll build that one too. If not, how about I hand you the articles for free? I've done that for 44 years. Office's tax ID. How about we rebuild your credit, rapid rescore. This is called the starter package. You get set up in level 1 for 90 days to hear it again and again. How about I get you $10,000 of cash credit? From there, the office is going to sell this for about $2,000, which is good. They make a commission. On webinar, I always give you half price. For $999, I rebuild your credit to a $750 rapid rescore. Articles also tax ID free, level 1, and I do all the work for you. Pay a little filing fee, and I give you 10 times your money back. And you invest $999. It's a write-off too. All right, now you just got your money back times 10. Now, if you want, that's a webinar price through me. If you want millionaires in the making, that comes at $25,000 of cash credit. Same goodies. The office charges about $5,000 for that. And then if I charge $2,499, you get 10 times your money back again. I don't have excuses. It's the webinar price through me. That way I don't have to pay a commission. I haven't had a paycheck for 32 years. So focus, it's called Zelle. Take a picture of Zelle today. Send it right away. Ultimate goal is going to be up to you. Now, I get this question all the time at the office. Why are you not a member of the Better Business Bureau? Because I sued him in '79. I talked to him a couple of weeks ago for $55 more and get accreditation. See, you have to pay $650 to be a member of the BBB to get an A rating. Okay? They're a fraud. All right? Understand something. Wolfgang Puck, Walt Disney, from there, KBC, Mickey Mouse, you got 10 million companies that will not pay their $650 for a damn A rating, and they all F ratings. So I'll join the club. You see, they have also been federally indicted as a fraud. And in courts, even told them to get the hell out of the city. That's CNN in 2020 telling you the truth. Now, understand, I've incorporated rich and famous people for years. It's kind of fun. I've been teaching for 44 years, teaching and preaching. Having fun with you. So if we do this right, all right, and I take my program I did for people coming out of prison, what did I do for them? Simple. I had to do a rapid refresh because they had no credit for 10, 20, 30 years or whatever. All right, so I did a rapid refresh. I certified the reports. This is Freeway Ricky Ross with 2 golds and platinum cards up to $4 million within 6 months after serving 20 years. Thomas was in prison for 26 years. Within 5 months, rebuilding him, now he's got a multi-million-dollar business. See, the ones that follow through always win. Do yourself a favor, beat your doubt, run your own race, and get the hell out of your own way sometimes too. Step number 11. See, getting past go. I like goodies. All right, I like God's gift, because I didn't like stealing or begging off the period out of damn trash can as a kid. That sucked. But my mommy and my daddy didn't want me. I like race boats and yachts. Do you like yours? I like mine in my backyard. Where you park yours? Helicopter? All right, pretty simple. Lamborghini building too. So the ultimate goal, if you don't have the Millionaire's Founders Kit, 12 books and CDs, literally step by step, when I was at the Bonaventure for 32 years, every Wednesday night, all right, you can get it today through me for $4.99 on a webinar. Not the office charges of $9.98. All right, that's a webinar price to you, and it's always going to be a Zelle. Ultimate goal, please do this. I want you to start thinking about privacy. You know, I don't use my home address for 25 years. My driver's license says P.O. Box. You keep showing everybody where you live. Houses are being robbed. People are being robbed at wherever they're going to. It's simple. After the Schaefer bill, the DMV sold her driver's license for $10, and the man went to her door and blew her head off. That just pissed me off to no end. Everybody's selling you on a mailing list, like it or not. So I would tell you to basically look at Ray's rules. Never bring the pain home. Change your address on your driver's license, P.O. Box or mailing address, and look up the Driver's Privacy Protection Act. But that's up to you. I want to repackage your whole life. Step number 12. Now, the divisions I created in 85 for a reason. I didn't want multiple corps. So we can master disconnect, isolate, incorporate. If we turn around and have tenants, we don't know who's going to slip and fall, so we put a division for each location. Now, remember, corporation can get cash and supply credit, but so can every division, because the division is a legal person. It's public record. So if you allow me to build you, let's say we take a corporation, we get you a card up to $1 million. Or 100,000 or something. What if you wanted 10 sisters or 9 sisters? Would you want to multiply? See, the divisions give you the ability to multiply, because that way you look at multiple SS4s versus SSN. But again, those divisions can have pieces of property. They could have a franchise. One screws up, then you basically have 9 left to go, 8 left to go, set up another one too. But that's up to you. You can basically learn buckets of money, tax balance, and become the bank. I wrote those books too. Now, when you bought your car, sorry to say, you didn't listen to me. You went to the dealership. You let them sweat you for 5 hours. You lost and had 9 inquiries. You lost $5,000. And what they did is very simple. All right, when you got there to sit down, they sweated you, and then the manager, and then the sales manager. They kept confusing the hell out of you. That's the goal. When they handed you the piece of paper and said, we need to run your credit, and you went, bah, here you go. Stop. When you do it that way from now on, when you sign the piece of paper, next to your signature, you write down the last one inquiry, you take a picture. See, you got to start controlling this. That's step number 13. Now, a car should be basically fleet price, tax ID division. If it's my way, which I teach you at the workshops and the boot camps, the bottom line is it didn't show up on personal credit report. Now it's a complete write-off. It's simple. The ability to play the game. I got the keys, but it's not my car. You have a choice today. Sorry, when you drive your car to the grocery store and the bank and there's a bumpity bump, the #1 lawsuit around the world today, all right, then they ask you for their driver's license, registration, insurance. And then your heart falls out of your chest and you scream and go, ah! Well, your driver's license, really, your home address, that's up to you. The insurance on that car, you're paying out of your paycheck. Isn't that called taxable income? If a corporation paid for it, it can write it all off. But no matter what I say or do today, it's still registered to you. That makes you a duck. Quack, 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 quack. You don't see those 44 attorneys on TV or the billboards too? You drive through the freeway for 22 minutes, you see a bumpity bump. The middle of the freeway on the side of the road. But you could change the registered owner to a division if you wanted to. But that's up to you, unless you want to be a duck. I'd rather give them diddly squat, but that's up to you too. So step 14. Bottom line is you can go online and get a fleet price. All right, literally you can go online and get financing or lease under tax ID and go to the dealership to fleet price it. But again, it's like when I had my first 17 houses. They wouldn't give me number 18. They kept saying loan to value problem. So I transfer them into the divisions so I can separate loan the problem on my credit report, and I separate liability. See, I don't know who's going to slip and fall and try to sue me and take everything I got too. But the bottom line is your house payment, as far as I'm concerned, should offset your taxes. But that's up to you. See, corporations don't pay tax until they make a profit. Amazon, 10 billion to trillion. There's no loophole. They're doing what they're allowed to do. Mr. Trillionaire there, simple, got his own spaceship. The richest guy on the planet's got his own spaceship too. There's another guy too. Now, what are they going to do? Pretty simple. They do exactly what the Internal Revenue Service allows them to do. Corporations only pay tax when they make a profit. So you can complain or you can join the club. I think joining the club makes more sense. But that's what rich and famous people do. Let's look at Carl here, please. He brought in $541 million of profit. Wow, he made money. But he's got a line of credit for $1.2 billion at Bank of America and pays zero tax. Would you like to learn how to not pay tax, state or federal, ever again? And do it the right way with the paper trail like he did too? Let me know. Mr. Buffett's great. He's got his 100 companies and he's got his favorite 10. Ketchup, Geico, Coca-Cola, American Express, Dairy Queen, Seas, Candies, Bridge Jewelry, Foot of the Loom, all kinds of fun stuff. But he uses borrowed money, gets the business for free, transfers stock. See, he knows how to play the game. That's up to you. So if you want to play, let me know. Now, I got specialty classes that I do one of them every Saturday, usually too. So remember, there are 9 specialty classes, and it's fun. All right, corporations have 4 quarters, March, June, September. All right, so March, June, September, December, simple. Now, this weekend, I got boot camp coming up, so last and final chance today, and Friday and Saturday, I'll be busy helping people get to up to $5 million. Now, remember, I give you a statement of guarantee. It's in writing. It's in red ink. So that means you get your debt to ratio below 30%, no new accounts, no collection accounts due, no applying for credit, and it says you've got to do what I ask you to do. If not, your case can be closed. Just follow through, please. So, credit refresh. Certify. All right, block bad credit, build you up, help you some more. And from there, we basically, no matter what your score is, we can build anybody to a 750 and above. Simple to do. As we do this for other people, we can do it for you. 40 to 200 points. So, I normally charge $4.99 just for the wrapper rescore. She got 45 in 45 days, 157 points. 211 when she was done. 90 working days. So, here's examples what happens on a wrapper refresh. It goes up, up, and away. Isn't that what you were wanting for you? But again, that's a Zell if all you want is a wrapper rescore. From there, the goal is to give you back 100% to 10 times your money through personal business credit. So if I rebuild your credit, and the office charges you $9.98, I'm going to give you a $1,000 cash card, but I promise to give you half price of $4.99 today. You get to go to classes on Saturday as well, and then basically take up to 180 days. It could take longer if you don't follow through right away. Gerald took 14 months. So you get a $1,000 card, $4.99, so you double your money. You get to walk away with a 750 score, and it's a webinar price, and you're stuck with me. That's step 15. And all you have to do is Zell, Zell, Zell right away. Ultimate goal, starter package, credit rebuilding, rapid score, articles, oscillus list, tax ID, setup level 1. All right, 90 working days. All right, in the classes, get you $10,000 cash credit card back. From here, it's very simple. We're allowed to do is simple. All right, office is about $2,000. I give you half price on a webinar of $9.99 to give you 10 times money back. Ultimate goal, webinar price. During the webinar, that's when it's good. Millionaire in the Making gets $25,000, same goodies. The office charges $5,000, and through me, you get it for half price of $2,499. Ultimate goal, webinar price, as long as it's sold right away. Now, I'm going to get you the 750, certify experience change your Equifax under tax ID. All right, if you Zelled right away. Our goal is pretty simple. Run your life through a corporation or in conjunction. It's your choice. Bottom line is step number 16. As we played the game, pay tax or buy a Lamborghini. Your paycheck today is taxable income, is it not? Payment, gas, registration, insurance, you could say no and start driving a company car like I do. But that's up to you. Ultimate goal, step number 17. I think you should get a copy of an SS4 form today. That way you can see I'm factually verifiable on this public record to you. Line 10 says banking and credit purposes anyway. So if you allow, the IRS gives you the choice, and you don't have to be a duck. You can go to step number 18, irs.gov, download an SS4 form today, and stop being a duck, because nobody wants to be a duck. So when the United States of America Incorporated set up 50 corporations called states, and they set up cities called corporations, they created the line of defense, like I'm trying to get you to do. They planned the Chapter 9 bankruptcy under the Federal Protection Act public record. They get to bankrupt the debts of a city and stay in business. See, you are we the people. It's your constitutional right to incorporate, but that's up to you. Nixon take the gold standard out. They got the key to the printing press. And then what happened that next day? Every woman who delivered a baby, hospitals are federally mandated. If mama don't sign the SSN form for the baby, so they can bond the baby and print some more money, that baby can't go in the stroller, can't go in the car seat, cannot go home. It's just the rules and the tools. Now, anyone lying, you're going to see a bunch of liars. You don't have to guarantee corporate credit. That's BS. Let's remember that's a lie. You have to be a qualified CFO to get cash credit cards, lines of credit, supply credit, vendor credit, marketing credit, lease credit, and gas cards too. I'm going to make you a qualified CFO and build you credit, if you allow me to. Under the Fair Lending Act, look it up if you're thinking about those trade lines. Trade lines, as far as I'm concerned, the way I read it, are fraud. Because it's not your credit. You're lying when you say it is. And a zero balance with a high limit doesn't do anything. Underwriters see that every day. Corporate credit is a write-offs over the credit cards. To me, it's like making a CFO and getting some free money to finance that American dream. But winning the battle too. Ultimate goal, we can play. Now, it's like if you have a house today, it should have been escrow, closed, homestead, put it in a trust. If it's not, they sue you, they take it away. When you die, it's stuck in the probate. And your family got diddly squat. When you buy a house and fix it up, and you hire that contractor, the contractor hires those people that stand outside Home Depot, good workers. What if they cut corners and slip and fall and sue you, take everything you got today? Remember, I told you to plan the problem. You might even think about quickly deeding properties into divisions. An assignment of basically, of equity. See, at the end of the day, if they sue you, why don't you get them diddly squat? Let's protect your assets too. Now, I like irrevocable trust, but that's up to you. So, step 19. So, if you're playing peekaboo with the IRS making a mess, understand something today, please. Knock it off. Go to irs.gov, download a form called 656 433 A and B, get your butt back in the system, go get that free money they're printing. It's simple. That's step number 20 today, 5 more to go. Now, when you fix up a property, why don't you set up divisions to basically get up to 70%, and you don't have a bill for 30 to 60, 90 days anyway. Escrow closes, it pays off the debt. Now you get up to $200,000 left over. What are you going to do? I think you should basically learn raise rules, leveraging money, and borrow money is not taxable, and set up that line of defense. But again, that's step 21 called blackjack. Now, this is my location, when I had my coma. 22,000 square foot building, Irvine Spectrum, other locations in other states too. The bank would be there all the time going, See, the banks love you when they got money. We don't have a pot, you know what? They don't know your name. So keep in mind, the banks basically borrow up to times 10 from the feds and loan back 5 to you. If you would have listened to me about the money coming out of escrow, leveraged it, raised rules, you could have created up to $3 million of borrowed money and probably got a McDonald's for free. Ultimate goal. I'm praying your corporation's a management company. You set up line of defense. Kind of like Wells Fargo, who got indicted for $3 billion and wrote that off too. Grocers and banks do it every day. By learning the 3-step, disconnect, isolate, incorporate. The ability to separate pieces if there's a problem, not to bring the pain home. That's called a division in tax IDs. The ability to play legitimately, step number 22. Now, what are you willing to lose? You want to bring the pain home some more? If it's a corporation, the reality is when they sue it, they're going to come after you. Divisions make sense to me because they're cheap. In other words, if we play chess, we know we're going to lose a piece or two. But the winners always get checkmate. You can learn to play step 23 today. Ultimate goal is pretty simple. So I want you to focus on a couple things. I want you to reach the dream. Reaching the dream makes sense to me. So I like that. Think and be the impossible. You see, I was told I can't do this and that. Reality is very simple. I believe in God and I believe in me. I make millionaires. If you want to join, be next. Let me know. But you're going to have to follow through and do what I ask you to do, please. Ultimate goal, remember, the Millionaires Boot Camps is Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. If you're not in it, sorry, you missed an opportunity of a lifetime. Now, the United States of a Corporation, America, 14th Amendment, you made corporations into people, and then they set up 50 corporations, and they set up cities and states, and they're all corporations, and you don't have the line of defense for you, and they have theirs in front of you? What are you waiting for? Again, it's choice. We can play, and we can make sure we win the battle if you want to. Never, never have joint credit. Okay, it's very simple. As we do this, let's keep that in mind. Okay, as we do this, because joint credit makes no sense. You buy a house, escrow, close, homestead, put it in a trust. Corporation should always have all the credit it can get because it's kind of like free money. You get to write it off anyway. Divisions for real estate, franchise, leveraging money. All right, but again, it's up to you. Learning and mastering the setup of line of defense, raise rules. Ultimate goal, step 24. So we got the ability to do this. So if you allow me to rebuild you up to a 750, up to 100,000 if you want. From there, we can get you the 100,000 to the core, and every division too. Franchise, leveraging money, whatever you want to do, it's up to you. You got 4 ways to bring money into basically a corporation. Simple. But I got to do a credit refresh. Got to get you 40 to 200 points. All right, just like I did for her. 157 points, 211 points, and more. If it's a rapid rescore by itself, it's usually $4.99. Okay, the reality is it's a Zell. If you are, and remember, I want to give you 100% to 10 times your money back. This means if we rebuild your credit, normally $9.98, today it's half price of $4.99. You go to a classes on Saturday if you want to, live, and it can take up to 90 working days. If it takes longer, it's probably you probably didn't follow through too. Remember, it's $1,000 cash card back to you. Today the price is $4.99, and the reality is you're going to get up to a 750 score. It's a webinar price, and all you have to do is Zell now. Now, if you want starter package for Millionaire, it's simple. Credit rebuilding, rapid score, articles are free, officer's tax ID, setup level 1 for 90 days. Giving you 10,000 of cash credit back. So this allows you, instead of paying $2,000 the office normally charges, today you can get it at half price of $9.99 and 10 times your money back. From here, it's a webinar price. So keep in mind the millionaires in the making, same thing, but this basically gets 25,000 of credit, and it's up to 5,000 in the office. With me, it's half price of $2,499, and all you gotta do is webinar price is Zell. I got to build that credit report for Experian, Transit, and Equifax under tax ID. Remember, it's a Zell. From there today, let's stay safe, strong, let's do our best, and let Jesus do the rest. Amen to that too. Ultimate goal. So step 25 is make sure you know the number to the office. 800, toll-free, 510-3338. So what we got to do is our best all through the day. We got to let God do the rest. Amen to that too. And never, never forget, God loves us all.